Since 1971, the Lewis S. Rosenstiel Award for distinguished work in basic medical research is awarded by Brandeis University, which says that it was established as an expression of the conviction that educational institutions have an important role to play in the encouragement and development of basic science, as it applies to medicine. Medals are presented annually at Brandeis University on the basis of recommendations of a panel of scientists selected by the Rosenstiel Basic Medical Sciences Research Center. Awards are given to scientists for recent discoveries of particular originality and importance to basic medical research. A $30,000 prize and a medallion accompanies each award. The Rosenstiel Basic Medical Sciences Research Center, named after Lewis Solon Rosenstiel, was established in 1968, carrying out research in basic medical science. Recipients. Source: Brandeis University. 2016. Susan Lindquist. Posthumous. In recognition of her pioneering work on the mechanisms of protein folding and the severe consequences of protein misfolding that are manifest in disease. 2015. Yoshinori Osumi. In recognition of his pioneering discoveries of molecular pathways and biological functions of protein degradation by autophagy. 2014. Frederick Walt. In recognition of his pioneering work in elucidating the mechanisms of genome rearrangements in immune and cancer cells. 2013. Winfried Denk, David Tank and Watt W. Webb. In recognition of their invention of multiphoton fluorescence microscopy and its application to illuminating the function of brain microcircuits. 2012. Stephen J. Elledge. For elucidating how eukaryotic cells sense and respond to DNA damage. 2011. Naram Sonnenberg. For his transformative studies of the control of protein synthesis in mammalian cells. 2010. C. David Alice and Michael Grunstein. For their discovery that histones and histone acetylation directly regulate transcription. 2009. Jules Hoffman and Ruslan Medjitov. For elucidating the mechanisms of innate immunity. 2008. John Gurdon, Irving Weissman and Shinya Yamanaka. For their pioneering work in the field of stem cell research. 2007. F. Ulrich Hartel and Arthur L. Horich. For their pioneering work in the field of protein-mediated protein folding. 2006. Mary F. Leon, Devor Salter and Azim Sarani. For their pioneering work on epigenetic gene regulation in mammalian embryos. 2005. Martin Chalfie and Roger Y. Cian. For their pioneering development of powerful new tools that allow the direct visualization of molecules in living cells. 2004. Andrew Z. Fire, Craig C. Mello, Victor Ambrose and Gary Ruvkin. For their pioneering achievements in the discovery of gene silencing by double-stranded RNA. 2003. Masakazu Konishi, Peter Marler and Fernando Nottebohm. For their pioneering achievements in the ethology and neurology of bird song. 2002. Ira Herskovitz. For his pioneering achievements in yeast genetics and cell biology. 2001. Joan A. Stites. For her work in establishing a subfield of molecular biology concerning small nuclear ribonucleoproteins. 2000. Peter B. Moore, Harry F. Noller, Jr., and Thomas A. Stites. For their discovery that peptide bond formation on the ribosome is catalyzed exclusively by ribosomal RNA. 1999. Roderick McKinnon. For his research into the molecular foundations of electrical signal generation in neurons and other types of cells. 1998. Elizabeth Blackburn and Carol Greider. For their outstanding work on the maintenance of telomeres. 1997. H. Robert Horvitz and John E. Sulston. for their pioneering studies of cell lineage in the nematode worm. 1996 Richard Axel, Linda B. Buchan A. James Hudspeth, for establishing the molecular basis of the senses of smell and hearing. 1995 Thomas D. Pollard and James A. Spudich, for their fundamental contributions to our understanding of molecular motors. 1994 Robert G. Roeder and Robert T. Jan, for their outstanding work on eukaryotic transcription regulation. 1993 James E. Rothman and Randy Sheckman, for determining the components of the secretory pathway. 1992 Paul Nurse and Leland H. Hartwell, for establishing the details of the control of eukaryotic cell cycle. 1991 David Botstein, Raymond L. White and Ronald W. Davis, for creating the methods by which variations in the human genome can be detected and analyzed. 1990 Richard Henderson and Peter Nigel Tripp Unwin, for determining the first structure of an integral membrane protein. 1989 Christiane Nusslein Volhard and Edward B. Lewis, for pioneering studies of eukaryotic development. 1988 Sidney Altman and Thomas R. Cech, for discovering RNA catalysis. 1987 Shinya Inoue, for his innovations in light microscopy. 1986 Harlan G. Wood, for his outstanding work on enzyme function. 1985 Seymour Benzer and Sidney Brenner, for founding modern eukaryotic genetics. 1984 Donald D. Brown and Robert L. Letzinger, for their seminal work on development. 1983 Eric R. Kandel and Daniel E. Koshland, Jr., for pioneering contributions to sensory transduction. 1982 Keith R. Porter and Alexander Rich. 1981 Stanley Cohen, Rita Levi Montalcini and Gordon H. Sato. 1980 Elias J. Corey, Bengtai, Samuelson and Frank H. Westheimer. 1979 Howard Green and Beatrice Mintz. 1978 C. Acute S.A.R. Milstein. 1977 Barbara McClintock. 1976 Peter D. Mitchell. 1975 Bruce Ames, James A. Miller and Elizabeth C. Miller. 1974 Arthur B. Pardee and H. Edwin Umbarger. 1973 H. Ronald Kabak and Saul Roseman. 1972 Boris F. Rossi. 1971 David H. Hubble and Torsten N. Wiesel. See also Rosenstiel School of Marine and Atmospheric Science. History of the Jews in Cincinnati. Frederick A. Johnson. Roy Cohn. American Jewish Archives. Lewis S. Rosenstiel in Family Tree.